you. Dilip, you want to check how much energy people have?
Oh yeah, sure. I understand this is the last session of the day, and we are in between you guys and you guys enjoying Bangalore traffic, so I won't keep you too long. So first of all, thanks for staying back, and very excited to speak to all of you. So my name is Dilip, and of course Sheila, and one of the things that we wanted to talk about today primarily is about health insurance and how the health insurance industry is working and how AI and technology is helping actually health insurance companies achieve the scale that they actually are looking for. So health insurance as such is a growing industry, Sheila, and predominantly right now we are looking at health, Narayana Health, which is the newest kid in the block. So please do give us a overview about Narayana Health Insurance and about the industry in general.
Okay. While I love to talk about health insurance as such, what I just realized and seeing the strength of people here, the health insurance is never a subject which is never understood. So irrespective of whatever is the growth in the industry that is happening, it's a very exciting space to be. We are a very new kid on the block, the only insurance company which has been owned by the hospital, and our vision and everything is very different. And basically, I think as such, the insurance sector, which is looking up for growth, with a lot of changes that are happening in health regulations, and IRDA having a vision of wanting to be doing insurance for all by 2047. A lot of vision and everything is moving towards that. And I think it's a great space to be in.
Yeah. So now, one of the key areas of issues that we see in the newspapers and we are seeing everywhere else is claims. Claims being a key aspect of media coverage, claims being a key aspect of discussion points in various discussion forums and places like that. How is the industry handling claims rejections? And this is a big problem. Claims is a big problem, not just for the insurer, but also for the hospital, for the patient. So how is the industry looking at this at present?
Okay. It's a good thought process to be discussing here. And I just have one question to all of you who are sitting here. How many of you have a health insurance, and how many of you have actually read the terms and conditions of it? Okay. And how many of you know each and every word of it? Okay. Basically, very few hands which go up. What happens is, I think basically when we go up to buy in health insurance, you're buying it online. So what you're doing is, I agree to terms and conditions, click, and you bought it. Okay. Otherwise, you're buying it through an intermediary who says, "Aap yahan pe sign kar dijiye," and everything else is fine. We don't, and I also wish and pray, and so do you, that you never get a claim. Because if you get a claim, then you're in a not good state of health. But at the same time, what are the terms and conditions that have you understood? You've not even understood what the health insurance pays for. Whether an Ayurveda is covered, if it is covered, from where is it covered, what is the deductible, how much do I have to pay from my pocket? I don't think we go ahead and understand this. And when the claim comes in, all that we think of is saying, you know what, insurance company ne mera payment nahi kiya. Okay? So this is a common thing, and I request all of you. And IRDA has made it. I thought people raise hands and actually tell me saying, you know what, the document is so big. No, IRDA has made it very simple. All of us in the insurance company are supposed to issue one single pager note, and we issue that along with your policy. Just read that, because the items that are there in that are very important, and if you read those, you will know that what gets paid and what does not get paid. To address the concern about health insurance, deducting and paying and all, yes, there are deductibles which are there in the health insurance. For example, the non-medical expenses are not paid, but not many of you know what is a non-medical expense. Okay, we think that there are few things of a non-medical items which are very important. It needs to be paid. It's part of surgery. How can you not pay? But it is cost driven. Those are items which can be utilized and misutilized also. So there are certain items which don't get paid. So that that is a part of 10% of the bill that you pay in the hospitals. So it's not that the insurance companies don't want to pay you. We want to pay you, but we also want to request all of you to understand the terms and conditions so that you are clear that what gets paid and what doesn't get paid.
Okay. So
I will ask you a question.
Oh, sure, please.
Dilip, since you are in this entire thing, and I've been hearing so much about AI, and I just heard the ECA thing. It was very interesting. So you're also been in that space. So what do you think about health insurance claims, and where is it today, and how is AI helping it, and what are the difficulties in it people accepting AI and moving forward in health insurance companies?
Okay, so just to give you a perspective, we actually help health insurance companies automate health insurance claims processing. That's what we do. So we work with a lot of health insurance companies. And if you look at health insurance as such, health insurance claims is a difficult problem to solve, okay, predominantly because there are various aspects of a particular claim. You have a policy aspect, you have a tariff aspect, and then you have a medical aspect. So 3 different components. And in each of these components, you have to go and solve them. So AI does not apply everywhere. So you can't use, it doesn't make sense to use AI to do a simple math, for example, okay? But there are various problems. Say, for example, you have automation workflows. Then you have intelligence. So at this point in time, today, if you look at a claim, it's predominantly manual. About 90 to 95% of claims processing is manual. So the problem that needs to be solved has to be bifurcated into multiple sectors or multiple parts, and then you'll have to look at each and every one of those. And AI, of course, is helping us solve some big problems that we couldn't solve a couple of years back. Okay, so LLMs are becoming very, very good at text recognition, reading text, getting information out. And also the other areas, especially around solving claims. One of the big crucial points that we'll have to understand is IRDA as such is a very aggressive organization. There are key metrics and timelines that insurance companies need to follow. For example, a pre-authorization, when a patient gets admitted or is about to get discharged, that time from the hospital to the insurance company for approval is only 1 hour. A final settlement is 3 hours. So within this particular period of time, a claim needs to be, the patient data needs to be sent from the hospital to the insurance company. The insurance company needs to process it and send the response. So there's a lot of time-bound variables that are involved. So you'll have to understand each of those. And the short answer to your question is that AI is helping solve a lot of these, but there are huge amount of challenges as well in small sectors which need to be addressed.
Yeah,
So
I'll just add to that. I think there is one place where basically technology can solve is that we've not been able to do that with doctors. So people say that from the time the doctor says discharge to the time the patient has to go home, it takes about 6 hours. I want to solve, people can solve the problem with the hospitals where from the time that the surgeon has said, okay, you can go home, to the time the cashless request actually comes to the TPA or to the insurance company. I think there is a lot of things that can be solved, a digital pen, or it could be just the speech thing, whatever, where it says that discharge summary is being signed by the surgeon, because that takes a huge lot of time. So there is a lot of space where technology and everything else can be used in the insurance field to solve these problems and make customer journey much more easier.
And just to add to this, Sheila, I want to ask you one question. See, IRDA has come with this very aggressive goal of insurance for all by 2047. How are insurance companies geared up for this target, and how do we go about doing this? Because the scale is massive. Even today, with this much amount of insurance penetration, we still have a lot of claims that we process. And today in India, we do only insurance for IPD claims. OPD is slowly starting to gain traction, but it's still at very, very nascent stage. Even that is huge. So how are insurance companies prepared to scale to that level?
Well, since the target is quite high, and it's a vision actually, it's not even a target. It's like we've been talking about this for quite some time, and all the insurance companies are geared. One reform that's lot of reforms that IRD has brought. A lot of regulation changes have happened. A lot of things have been eased out, and I know they're making it much more easier to do business. GST is one of the biggest thing that has happened in the industry. We've represented it for quite some time, and today the individual policy has become, zero GST. That's it by itself is a reform, and by it's something that they are saying that, you know what, please go ahead, get health insurance for yourself. Nowhere in anywhere else have I seen schemes like Ayushman Bharat and many other state schemes which have been implemented that people are benefiting. Not many of them talk about it, but we all know the amount of claims that get paid. Apart from that,
The GIC advertisements I've been seeing in
yeah,
IPL.
yes. So the GIC advertisements have been going viral about, Acha Kiya Insurance Liya. So basically, these are all things that we are doing. And we'll also, I mean, a lot of rural things. Each of the insurers also have have to ensure to meet the numbers in the rural sectors. So we've been allocated a lot of rural sectors. We have to go meet, canvas, and talk to people about health insurance and get them enrolled into the schemes. And those are things which are a part of the insurance company's agenda. So there's a lot of growth that is happening, and health insurance is a sector that people have to be now. And there's a lot of innovation that is always possible because the scale is going to be higher. And like somebody else also said, right? India is all about scale. So there's a lot of scale and there's a lot of things that can happen.
Perfect. So I think we're running out of time, so we'll probably leave it for questions.
Yeah, sure.
So anybody has any questions, happy to.
But I'm sure they're
take
tired and will not ask any questions.
I guess some energy left. Uh, so basically, my question, ma'am, is for you. Is there are certain diseases that has to be solved, and I'm trying to set up a company in that one of that, and wherein while the treatment is as per the international standards, and I'm talking about peritoneal dialysis here, but it is not covered by insurance because of some technicalities. Like, for example, it doesn't fall on the domiciliary.
I can't hear you, sorry.
I'm talking. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
No, there are certain treatments, which because of the technicalities, like what he was talking about, OPT not covered, or even home thing is not covered. How can we take care of that? Because those are some of the treatments like peritoneal dialysis, is something which is required by the patient today, but that is not going getting adopted in India because of the lack of insurance, which being one of the reasons. So how do we take care of these kind of issues?
So I think basically, see, there are few things that are not getting covered, but in the last 4 to 5 years, I've seen a lot of things being covered. So there are a lot of things that are happening and a lot of ailments that are getting covered. For example, the mental illness was never covered, right? Because it's a very vague thing, and today there is a cover for mental illness. There is a cover for so many other treatments that we have been talking about for quite some time have not been covered. For example, there's a big thing that is happening on Ayurvedic, and all those are being covered. But there are one or two things probably for the home care and for anything else. We still need to think through, and I think there will be some products which people will be bringing in, but there will always be a capping to that. Because it all depends on saying how the utilization of that is going to happen. How are you going to check the credibility of this entire thing? Basically, only on those notes. It's not at all saying, that it should not be covered. Because I have seen in the past, in the 5 years of my interactions in the last with IRDA, customer focus has been something which has been the highest. Customer satisfaction, and customer gets the entire cover and his queries being answered. Those are the things that have been of a great focus as far as IRDA is concerned, and as far as all the insurance companies are also concerned. So I'm sure some of them will get covered over a period of time, but you actually need to have some more patience.
Elderly care.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there is no denial of an health insurance for an elderly care person. Basically, for example, take us, right? So what we at Narayana do is that because we are ensuring to have a health checkup done much before the insurance policy is actually issued. Okay, so and the underwriting is also being done by many of the companies before the policy is being issued. But if there is a known ailment, for example, for somebody, then probably that falls under an exclusion period, and that is when it's like not getting covered for you. But they would always say that there is a 1 year or 2 year waiting period for that. Okay, that is why I keep telling the insurance companies and everybody else, and sorry, the people, I mean, whomever I meet, that please ensure to insure yourself when you are younger, rather than going ahead and taking an insurance when you at the later stage. See, after 60, it becomes difficult even for the insurance companies, and your premiums become higher. So there is always like, I keep talking to many of them, not even for themselves, but they've not even taken policy for their parents. So it doesn't actually, and in my own circle, when I talk to them, I get amazed. And then I have to tell them tomorrow, please get some health checkup done, take a policy for your parents. Because in India, we still believe at certain place that, acha, मेरे को 15-20 हज़ार रुपए, at least for a senior citizen, you have to pay 50,000, okay? Now they feel 50,000, I will put that 50,000, keep putting it in some bank, mutual funds में डाल लूँगा, वहाँ से निकाल लूँगा. No, that's actually not how it is. Because when you are removing that money, no, it pains. And then you have all those lines in your head, and you're saying, oh my God, now I have to pay for my parents. I'm just saying, take that health insurance for your parents, way in the beginning, or at least start looking at it when they're 50. So you continue to have a cover for them. And cover them for a longer period. Don't have a break in between. This year you think you can't pay the policy premium and you just want to drop off it. The insurance companies now come up with EMI schemes. Please go ahead and pay the premium. That's what I keep telling people.
Okay, I think
Ma'am,
it says time's up. We'll probably catch up later. But the board says time's up, press delete
No,
to
but it's
reset
okay,
and
like-
escape to exit. So I think it's time to
Maybe
let
we
people
can just
escape
take
to
his
exit.
last
But
question. Yeah.
I think they have a hard stop.
No, that's okay. Is there a question? Then we could
Yes,
go. Yeah,
yes.
please.
Yeah.
We'll do one.
My question is, actually, our startup is working in the space of gut food for neurodiverse kids, like autism, and also we are working in the space of diabetes. So when our fraternity or our consumer base of autistic kids, they go for insurance, they find a very hard time. There are insurance, but my question to you is, how can we collaborate and co-create certain insurance from the educational point of view, because they have a very short lifespan. On an average, they die before 37 years of age.
Yeah.
In India, they die by 20, 24, 25 or so. So can we do something for them? Because our food, what we are trying to do, and we are going towards clinical trial, is we are trying to increase their lifespan. And by improving their gut microbiome, there's a chance of almost 10 years chance of improving their lifespan. And what I feel the common sense for the insurance is, jitni lambe wo ji sake. Okay, so even can we do something, co-create on, I don't know, I'm first time talking to an insurance company.
No, I'm sure there will be people who will be interested in this. And all that I have to say is stick on to what you're doing, because
Yeah.
there will be a space for that as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That's brilliant.
Thank you so much.
Lovely.